sustainable practice. So now there is focus. So wherever there is a relevant space for diversity, diversity ensure that we play with the right technology, create value by giving savings in terms of plastic, in terms of utilities, so on. And we'll be able to give you a scorecard in terms of for a year, saying that by doing this, you are able to do this or save this to whatever. And that can be published by you for your KPIs, your reporting, your marketing campaigns, etc. That's the first. Second, while we may be not the cheapest on the ground, we essentially work on something called this operating cost, and we ensure that the operating cost by working with diverse is not the lowest. And for that, whatever technologies and solutions need to be deployed, we essentially deploy. By doing this, we ensure that we can deliver the hygiene and safety which is required as per the law and as per the brand standards that are taken by your own organization. And finally, all of us are in the business of creating spaces for people who use it. So if it's a hotel, it's the yes. If it's a mall, it's the person who visits the mall. If it's a hospital, it's the patient who comes and stays in the hospital. So at the end, what we are talking about is elevating the guest experience who use the facilities in whatever way it's possible. So this is about consulting. I just talked about what the consulting philosophy is. We basically, what we do, we partner with you and provide you quality consulting, vendor management, FOSTAC, ISO, whatever is there, which is from a compliance point of view, where you're working. Our team can come and help you with the audits, with the gap analysis, the safety scorecard, etc., etc., to improve your hygiene standards. So what do we do? Our sustainable strategy, of course, we want to be net zero by 2050. As a country, we are looking at 2050, but there are organizations that have taken targets to be net zero by 2030. We are a similar organization. We want to be closer to net zero by 2030. And that comes by our goals, and I'm sure whosoever is interested, we are an EcoVadis Platinum rated organization, which is the highest body when it comes to sustainability globally. 2 years in a row, 2023, we are Platinum certified as one of the best companies for our sustainability. So we will publish and share all those data that we are doing. So it's not only about asking everyone to be sustainable. We first do it in-house and then seek your opinion on how we can do it. Some examples of sustainability are mentioned here. And I will just talk about plants advance, which is in the laundry, which is used to be a 60-degree program. Against the conventional 80-degree program. By reducing the need for temperature factor variables, we are able to significantly reduce the impact on the environment. There are examples that things. So organizations that need a certified green product. So apart from the green, so this was a product that I mentioned was coming from US, used to import. Since last year, we are manufacturing this locally in our. Okay, and these are super concentrates. This gives you the best of, and some of the systems like smart doors don't even need a dosing system. It's inbuilt in the packaging. So that's the technology that we invest in. We have flush cleaner. This agency water when after every flush in the urinal. We have this pads. We ourselves have developed a system where the chemical consumption should be zero. where we are replacing conventional pad with diamond pads, where you don't need any chemicals to restore the shine and polish of marbles. Some of the new launches, you have Ultimax 1900. So essentially, with the intelligent scrum and integrated technology, it's a customized machine you can build to your spec. The Valimat 6500, I have seen videos where it is able to pick up anything on its way. So it's another machine, I think it's also on display. And then we have our own Diversey antibacterial pads, which we have launched recently. We have an air care system. I'm sure some of our customers would have experienced with some trials done by the team. So this is a 60-day system that essentially for areas which are having malodor, smoke, etc., you can neutralize this through the air care system. We have, for the first time, launched our in-house fly catchers as part of the solution. So these equipments are Diversey made and they are LED based, of course, to be sustainable. So compared to a conventional machine, it catches 70% more flies, and there's an 82% reduction in the total cost. So some of the models are to match your decor design wherever you are, and most of the times you don't know that these are actually LED fly traps. For the hospitals, this is another innovation where we have the highest efficacy in a wipe, which has all the claims up to tuberculosis and COVID and whatever. So that's the efficacy is the kill time of just less than 60 seconds. That's the fastest cleaning wipe that you can ever have at the price that we are launching. Guest amenities. So as part of being sustainable for especially from the hotels and especially the mid-segment hotels and budget hotels, we have launched a range which is on display there, where you have the full range of hand wash, body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, which is launched in 5 liters with a refillable 500 ml bottle, which will be on the stand. And this replaces the single-time plastic used in most of the hotels. So, and the good thing about this, at least one product, I should say, there were a lot of deliberations when we launched it. We took 12 months to get the right formula, right price, etc. I should say in the last 6 months, I think Jan or Feb is when we launched. We have got a tremendous feedback from the market around this product. So I encourage people who are looking at options can definitely try out Lape as one of their options to try. Okay, now comes to the water part. So essentially the Solenis value advantage that we bring. Anything we bring, we will bring in concentrates. Anything that we bring will come through concentrated through dosing systems. Today, I'm sure when you look at your operations, this is one area that I'm sure most of you will know the least, because it's left to engineering teams or on it is outsourced most of the times, and it's not in your control. But in an era where water is going to be challenged and you want to keep your water hygienic for 365 days, and you want to have protect your assets because your piping, your instrumentation, your equipments all run through water, and most of them are heated. So when heat and water come into play, that it causes a lot of issues within facilities. So that's where we bring our technology of having the right dosage, right microbial agent to ensure that the pools are consistently chlorinated with the right pH, giving the best experience for your clients. Similarly, when it comes to domestic or boiler chiller, those kind of applications, we give at the end peace of mind because Diversey is now managing those operations for you. Quickly, some of the other programs. So we have a tie-up with Hobart. Hobart is one of the largest manufacturers for dishwashing, mechanical dishwashing, if you know. and we are now able to either offer you, so wherever there is a capex or you are thinking of investing in a new machine or even considering a new machine, we have an option of giving you a Hobart machine either on capex or on opex, whichever suits you from a point of view. Especially, I know there are a lot of owners who would like to go on the OPEX model because it helps them manage their P&L better. However, we also know there are certain organizations who say we are cash rich, we want the right product and the right technology. So from that point of view, we are also offering it as outright sale if you want. So it can come from our side. So both the options are available, but it's just that we need to get that in place. We also have launched tissues. In fact, this was a demand from most of you all because we exited tissues in 2013, and 10 years there was only one large player who was playing in this space, and there are a lot of local players. And most of the customers said, "Can you get us an alternate?" And Isha is here. Thanks to the collaboration, we are now tied up again with Torque in offering premium range of tissues, and we also have a value for money system called as Software Touch, depending on how you want to manage costs at your. One of the other differentiators from what you get see in the market, I think Diversity was the first organization to move most of its platform to concentrates. When I say concentrates, we are talking about packaging that replaces 5 to 10 5-liter jars, right? And for that, we invest in dosing pumps. All our large customers ideally should be in the formats that I've shown. So we have 3 or 4 formats. So we have one system which is called Divermite, which is in the pouch. We have Smart Dose, we have J-Flex, and we have Smart Pouch. So there are 4 options that essentially allow you to move away from a 5-liter. Why? 5-liter is the most easily available product, easily made spurious because the market is flooded with spurious. So your only reliance for you as a large customer of these ranges is to use the pouch pack, because none of the spurious people can manufacture and invest in this kind of technology. So from a peace of mind, I would encourage all our customers to start moving to the dose platform. It also gives you an added advantage, and against a 5-liter can, all the dosing diluting systems control wastage. We know by practice that if you were using a 5-liter can and you move to a controlled dosage, there is a straight 6 to 8% saving only coming from eliminating the wastage that is there in the system. So that's how we become more economical compared to what you get in the market. The other thing, since starting April, there is a law, I don't know how many people know. Starting this April, the government of India has started compulsorily implementing something called as PRC, which is the recyclable plastic program in the country. All the manufacturers who are manufacturing anything in plastic need to use recycled in their cans. And we are proud again to be the first organization to move already 50% of our virgin plastics to recycled. You will see in a month's time from July, most of our cans will not look the same, because when you move from virgin to recycled, the translucence of the product changes. But this is additional cost for us, but we are ahead of time. We are not waiting for somebody to come and knock our doors, but you will find that our competitors are not even working towards it. We have been working towards it for the last 24 months. We found a reliable supplier of recycled resin, and we have also started manufacturing this month, which will start hitting the market from next month. And that's the difference of saying who is sustainable. We don't do sustainability for sake of sustainability. We do it with a sense of being green at heart. Okay, so what this just one simple change will do, it will eliminate 18 million bottles, not eliminate, it will convert 18 million bottles to the new recycled plastic. It will save 1.2 million kgs of virgin plastic, which is a 35% reduction on our carbon emission impact uh, directly to the environment. And this, if you translate into value, it's going to be significant for the industry. And if all the players do it, this is going to be a leap forward step for India as a country, I can tell you. CSV, what we called as customer shared values. So this is going beyond uh, our scope of engagement with our customers. So what we do, I'm sure you've heard of concepts like Soap for Hope, Linens for Life, Coffee Bricks, Plastic Shreds, and Garima. So I'll quickly tell you what happens in Soap for Hope for people who don't know. Most of the hotels have a soap which is used by the guests for one night, and then it goes to the landfill. So I can tell you with pride, I think Taj, we are working very closely with, and a couple of other groups where the soap is collected and recycled and given it to need. People who have no access to hygiene today get benefited by those soaps which were going to the landfill. The second is linens for life. All the hotels have a discard. That discard is of no use to the hotel. It's actually a cost. But these linens are now coming to our processing centers and they are upscaled into t-shirts, upscaled into baby blankets in the NICU hospitals. They are getting new shape and form and getting reused rather than going to the landfills. So that's, and there are centers. So when we started this program, or before 5 years before I took over this business, we had 2 centers operating. Today we have 8, and Komal reached out to me asking to start the 9th. So we will have 9 operating centers where we do this kind of work, where the linens, the soap, and plastic sheds, which is the third thing, which is essentially about today most of you are moving away from single-use plastic, but still there are enough plastic within a hotel and within a premise. So we have done it for a BSC, we have done it for an airport, we have done for many hotels, where the machine is deployed, it shreds, and the plastic shred is then used in construction of roads, it's used in construction of buildings, it's used in construction of basketball courts, etc., etc. So that plastic is again not reaching the landfill. Coffee bricks is very similar to Soap for Hope, where the coffee powder which is left from all your Lavazza machines and all the expensive machines that give us the coffee, those powders are taken back, pressed, and the bricks are then used as fuel for people who don't have any access to fuel. It can also be used by the chefs as barbecue fuel. So that's the third part. And finally, Garima. I think we are living in a resource crunched era. So we have a center in Mumbai which upgrades, educates, trains people from strata of the society, and then we certify them to be employed back in a BSc, in a hotel, in a in an area where they have no access to qualified people in doing these jobs. And Komal, what's the count now? 20, 30? 45,000 people. Okay, so I always lose the count. So we have trained now till date 45,000 people and deployed them in the sector. This is nothing. I think the need is about 2,500, 250,000 people at any point of time, and 45,000 is over a period of time is nothing. So we have a long way to go here, but it's an initiative that we think will take us and help the industry. And we want actually partnership with you, where you come to us and explain that this is the need, and we are able to give you some candidates who can be deployed in your sector. So that's That's the part of Garima. So what is the impact that program gives us? So we have diverted about 3,800 tons of linen from the landfill, close to 6,000 tons of solid soap from landfills, 18.5 billion liters of water, and we have about 1 million improved lives because we are doing this initiative. Finally, I don't want to talk too much about it. As an organization, when you work with diversity, you will be rest assured that all the accreditations that are there in this space, diversity will definitely will have those accreditations. And we have partnership with all our OEMs who can give you end-to-end connectivity and solutions for improved association. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure talking to you. If there are any questions on the points that I raised, I am happy to oblige quickly, if there are any. If none, then are there any? Or I was clear? Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Karthik, for this wonderful insight what you gave about diversity and how we support our customers and helping them to be highly productive as well as doing more with less. So with this, I would like to call upon our keynote speaker, Dr. Alok Sharma, uh, who has been uh, working with various international organizations at China, Hong Kong, and Afghanistan. He's a writer, educationalist, and environmentalist, philosopher, and thinker. He has been the panelist over few thousands TV debates and different issues, and he is currently a business consultant of Sikkim government. So I would like to call upon Dr. Alok Sharma.
Thanks a lot. Good evening to all of you. मैं अपने वक्तव्य की शुरुआत जय जगन्नाथ से करना चाहूंगा। जगन्नाथ की भूमि है और यहाँ पर भुवनेश्वर को जैसे सिटी ऑफ टेम्पल्स भी कहा जाता है, हर तरह की पॉजिटिव वाइब्स इस प्रांत उड़ीसा के अंदर मिलती रहती हैं। मुझे गगन जी, रोहित जी, भरत जी हैं, अनूप जी हैं, इन्होंने पिछले महीने दिल्ली में अपने कार्यक्रम के बारे में एक बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन दी। जो कंपनी है डायवर्सी, इसके बारे में बताया कि लगभग 100 साल इस कंपनी को हो गए हैं और कंपनी बहुत सारे इनोवेशंस में, हाइजीन में, सफाई में, क्लीननेस में, इन सब चीजों में इन्वॉल्व। मुझे सब्जेक्ट काफी अच्छा लगा। मैं भी एनवायरनमेंट के साथ काफी जुड़ा रहा, यूएनडीपी के साथ, यूएनईपी के साथ तमाम इश्यूज पर अक्सर चर्चा होती रही। आज जो मुझे सब्जेक्ट जो दिया गया है वो है इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ क्लीनिंग एंड हाइजीन इन डेवलपिंग नेशंस। जो विकासशील देश हैं, डेवलपिंग हैं और डेवलप्ड नेशन की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं, उनमें क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है। देखिए, सबसे पहली चीज तो मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि मैक्सिमम जो डेवलपिंग नेशंस हैं, दे आर इनटू टेम्परेट जोन ऑफ वर्ल्ड। टेम्परेट, सॉरी, ट्रॉपिकल जोन ऑफ वर्ल्ड। टेम्परेट जोन में जो हैं, वहां पर मैक्सिमम जगह अगर आप देखें, यूरोप है, अमेरिका है, कनाडा है, वहां पर टेम्परेचर भी कम है, एनुअल टेम्परेचर, और रेनफॉल भी कम है। ट्रॉपिकल कंट्रीज जितनी भी हैं, वो एशियन कंट्रीज हैं, मिडिल ईस्ट है, अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज हैं। वहां पर मैक्सिमम जगह पर टेम्परेचर भी ज्यादा है और रेनफॉल भी ज्यादा है। जहां पर भी इन दोनों चीजों का कॉम्बिनेशन, wherever temperature and humidity, these two things are on a higher side, वहां आपकी कंपनी का रोल जो है वो बढ़ता चला जाता है। और ये नेचर का प्रिंसिपल है। वहीं वायरल, बैक्टीरियल, तमाम तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स वहीं पर जनरेट होती हैं, और वहां पर और ज्यादा जरूरत रहती है। मॉनसून टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट है, सवाना टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट है, उसी तरह की वेजिटेशन है, ट्रॉपिकल डेसिडुअस काइंड ऑफ वेजिटेशन। जब यहाँ पर इस तरह का कॉम्बिनेशन होता है कि टेम्परेचर, एनुअल टेम्परेचर भी ज्यादा है, एनुअल रेनफॉल भी ज्यादा है, वेजिटेशन भी एक स्पेशल काइंड की वेजिटेशन है, और इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर भी लगभग वैसा ही है डेवलपिंग नेशंस में। पर कैपिटा इनकम हो, जीडीपी ग्रोथ रेट हो, पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी हो, ये सब चीजें कहीं ना कहीं एक तरह का पैटर्न है। पर कैपिटा इनकम कम मिलेगी यूरोपियन नेशन से, डेवलप्ड नेशन से। इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट ज्यादा मिलेगी। जीवन की जो, हमारी आयु की जो लंबाई है, लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी जिसको कहते हैं, वो थोड़ी सी कम मिलेगी डेवलप्ड नेशन से। बैक्टीरियल, वायरल, तमाम तरह की जो इन्फेक्शन से चीजें फैलती हैं, उस तरह की बीमारियां कहीं ना कहीं ज्यादा मिलेंगी। और ये फैक्ट, वो चाहे आपका WHO की रिपोर्ट हो, चाहे यूनिसेफ की रिपोर्ट हो, जब इस तरह की पूरी एक चेन होगी जिसके अंदर फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स ये इंडिकेट करते हो कि सफाई जो है वो बहुत जरूरी है। बहुत से देश ऐसे हैं जिनमें शौचालय, टॉयलेट्स की कमी भी रही। धीरे धीरे एक प्रोसेस आगे बढ़ा, बहुत लंबे समय से। अगर हम अपने देश की भी बात करें तो 1947 में जिस तरह के आर्थिक हालात, इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस जो हमारे देश की थी, अभी तो पहले हमें छत चाहिए थी, खाने के लिए भोजन चाहिए था, लाल गेहूं खा रहे थे अमेरिका से लेकर। BL 480 जैसे कानून पर दस्तखत करके, पब्लिक लॉ 480 यूएस का था। तो इन चीजों के ऊपर, जिन चीजों के ऊपर आज हम इस प्रांगण में, इस हॉल में बैठकर चर्चा कर रहे हैं, बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान देने का न समय था और न प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल। मुझे भरत जी ने बताया कि आपकी कंपनी जो है वो एक MNC है, डाइवर्सी जो है, बहुत लंबे समय से इंडिया में भी काम कर रही है। देखिए, डेवलपिंग नेशन से डेवलप्ड नेशन बनने में, और लाइफ विद डिग्निटी, गरिमा के साथ जीवन जिसको कहते हैं, जो हमारा संविधान, हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहता है कि हमें जीवन जो है वो गरिमा के साथ, डिग्निटी के साथ होना चाहिए। बच्चा है तो बच्चे को किस तरह की हाइजीन मिलनी चाहिए, उसको किस तरह का भोजन मिलना चाहिए, किस तरह की प्लेट में उसको मिड डे मील मिलना चाहिए। आपके इक्विपमेंट्स मैंने अभी देखे कि किस तरह से ऑटोमेटिक इक्विपमेंट्स हैं, क्लीनिंग के केमिकल्स हैं। तो क्या केमिकल्स और बाकी सब चीजें वो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट वाले हैं? अभी रिसाइक्लेबल प्लास्टिक की बात अभी डब्बों की हुई कि भाई कंटेनर जो है वो किस तरह के प्लास्टिक से बनेंगे, कैसे बनेंगे, क्यों बनेंगे, गवर्नमेंट के लॉज के अकॉर्डिंग क्या कंपनी काम कर रही है कि नहीं कर रही है, WHO के जो पैरामीटर्स हैं, यूनिसेफ के जो पैरामीटर्स हैं, क्या हम उनको फॉलो कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, डेवलपिंग से डेवलप बनने में क्या सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर का हम ध्यान रख पा रहे हैं कि नहीं ध्यान रख पा रहे हैं, क्या सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की तरफ हम बढ़ रहे हैं। यूरोप में 1970s में एक कंसेप्ट आया था, and that concept was related to limits to growth. मेड्यूस एंड मेड्यूस दो भाई थे, साइंटिस्ट थे, एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट थे। उन्होंने कहा था कि भी लिमिट्स टू ग्रोथ, की किसी भी चीज की ग्रो करने की एक लिमिट होती है, उसके बाद उसको संभालना बहुत जरूरी है कि किस तरह से हम ग्रो कर रहे हैं, ग्रोथ वास्तव में ग्रोथ है या हम कहीं डिस्ट्रक्शन की तरफ तो नहीं चल रहे हैं। इन सब चीजों को अगर देखें तो आपकी कंपनी का एक बहुत बड़ा रोल इस दिशा में आता है। चाहे वो कोविड की बात रही हो, चाहे स्वाइन फ्लू के तमाम तरह के जो फ्लूज आते हैं उसमें एक इनिशिएटिव लेने की बात रही हो, तो मैंने देखा कि डाइवर्सी जो कंपनी है ये काफी हद तक इनिशिएटिव लेती है, और जो आपदा आई थी कोविड वाली भी, उसमें सैनिटाइजर ये वो शायद उस समय पर इमीडिएटली उस क्वांटिटी में अवेलेबल नहीं थे। आपकी कंपनी की तरफ से काफी एक रोल मॉडल की तरह उन तमाम चीजों को प्रस्तुत किया गया। आज सिचुएशन ये है कि पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी लगातार बढ़ रही है, रिसोर्सेज उस तरह से नहीं है, और खास तौर पर डेवलपिंग नेशंस के पास, चाहे वो अफ्रीकन नेशंस हों, चाहे वो साउथ अमेरिका के हों, चाहे वो एशियन कंट्रीज हों, टेम्परेचर भी ज्यादा है, ह्यूमिडिटी भी ज्यादा है, वायरस और बैक्टीरिया की ग्रोथ भी ज्यादा है। जब ऐसे हालात होंगे तो और ज्यादा सफाई की, स्वच्छता की हमें और ज्यादा जरूरत रहेगी। अब बात आती है कि हम क्यों इस चीज को इम्पोर्टेंस दें, या आज मैं दिल्ली से चलकर यहाँ आया, इस होटल में बैठकर हम लोग सब बैठकर एक ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन कर रहे हैं कि किस तरह से हमें आगे जीवन में बढ़ना चाहिए और हमारा क्या रोल होना चाहिए। संत महात्मा भी हमारे बीच में हैं, उनका भी आशीर्वाद पौराणिक काल से इस दिशा में हमें मिलता रहा, और हमेशा से स्वच्छता की तरफ ध्यान दिया गया। महात्मा गांधी से लेकर और वर्तमान तक सभी ने स्वच्छता की इंपॉर्टेंस को बताया। पांच छह चीजें हैं जिन पर मैं चाहूंगा कि वो ये क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट है, डाइवर्सिटी का रोल अगले, या उसका है कि जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं अगले 50 साल 100 साल तक डेवलपिंग नेशंस में खास तौर पर क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट है। सबसे पहली बात तो जो आई वो सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, उसके लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि पर्यावरण, एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन जो है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। जैसा कि मैंने शुरू में ही कहा कि ट्रॉपिकल नेशन है, उष्णकटिबंधीय, डेवलपिंग नेशंस मैक्सिमम उष्णकटिबंध में है, तो वहां पर पानी की सभी जगह कमी है। वाटर रिसोर्स जो हमारा है, अगर हम अपनी एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाएंगे इस कंपनी की, और हम अच्छे से काम करेंगे, हम टेक्नोलॉजिकल अपग्रेडेशन टाइम टू टाइम करेंगे, चाहे वो मशीन्स के मामले में हो, चाहे केमिकल्स के मामले में हो, और जेन्युइन जो प्रोडक्ट है वो कम कॉस्ट में पब्लिक को मिलेगा, सरकार को मिलेगा, गवर्नमेंट को मिलेगा, इंस्टीट्यूशंस को मिलेगा, तो मैं समझता हूं कि उसमें हम सबसे पहला जो बेनिफिट करेंगे, समाज के लिए जो हमारा योगदान होगा, जो राष्ट्र के लिए, our first contribution to the society and the nation will be water management। कि हम पानी के मिसयूज को हम रोक पाएंगे। कुछ स्टडीज में मैं देख रहा था कि इस कंपनी की वजह से हजारों लीटर पानी की सेविंग पर डे, पर डे वर्ड यूज कर रहा हूं मैं, वो सामने आई। आप लोगों की स्टडीज हैं, कुछ और स्टडीज भी हैं, हम फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स को, आंकड़ों को हम चैलेंज कर सकते हैं, लेकिन सबसे पहला जो बेनिफिट है इस फील्ड का और जो बहुत जरूरी है वो है रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, एंड इन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट ऑल्सो वाटर मैनेजमेंट। जब हम वाटर मैनेजमेंट करते हैं और गवर्नमेंट के, डब्ल्यूएचओ के स्टैंडर्ड्स को यूज करते हैं, तो हम कहीं ना कहीं सॉइल पॉल्यूशन, वाटर पॉल्यूशन, एयर पॉल्यूशन, इन सब को कंट्रोल करने का काम करते हैं। सॉइल पॉल्यूशन अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा विषय है, खास तौर पर डेवलपिंग नेशंस में। आप देखिए किस तरह से पानी के मिसयूज की वजह से ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन, हरियाणा, पंजाब, वेस्टर्न यूपी, अगर आप देखें तो पानी की वजह से ही, पानी की सैलिनिटी और अल्कलिनिटी की वजह से ही सॉइल पॉल्यूशन बहुत भयंकर लेवल पर हुआ। साथ के साथ जिस तरह का केमिकल वेस्ट और तमाम चीजें, अगर वाटर का यूज बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है डाइंग इंडस्ट्री में, तमाम चीजों में, स्वाभाविक है कि वो पानी नालों से बहकर नदियों में जाता है। उतने एसटीपी भी नहीं है हमारे पास देश में, सीवरेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट्स और तमाम चीजें जिनसे हम इसको रिसाइकिल करके वापस छोड़ सकें। आपकी एक्टिविटी, आपकी इनोवेशन, आपकी कंट्रीब्यूशन से सॉइल हो, वाटर हो, इवन एयर पॉल्यूशन, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और साथ के साथ वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, जितना वेस्ट निकलेगा उसको कैसे हम मैनेज करेंगे, उसमें भी काफी आपकी मशीन्स और प्रोडक्ट्स मैंने देखा वो यूज हो रहे हैं। वाटर कंजर्वेशन अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा इशू है। ट्रॉपिकल नेशंस में, डेवलपिंग नेशंस में मैक्सिमम क्या होता है कि पानी एक समय पर बहुत ज्यादा होता है और फिर एक समय पर बहुत कम होता है। बरसात आई तो हीराकुद डैम ओवरफ्लो हो जाता है, महानदी में पानी पानी हो जाता है, ब्रह्मपुत्र से पानी निकलता है तो गुवाहाटी और असम सब डूबने के कगार पर आते हैं। उस समय पर पानी बहुत ज्यादा होता है। यही हाल पहाड़ों का है, जहां पर टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री मिली है। एक समय पर तो खूब बारिश होती है और उसके बाद फिर पहाड़ की महिलाओं को कई कई किलोमीटर पहाड़ी पर चढ़कर पानी लेकर आना पड़ता है अपने पीने के लिए। मुझे लगता है कि वाटर मैनेजमेंट के साथ साथ, रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट के साथ साथ, कहीं ना कहीं जो रिसोर्स का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है थ्रू आउट द ईयर, उसको करने में भी आपकी एक्टिविटीज का एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। फील्ड बहुत छोटी सी लगती है। प्रोडक्ट्स की लिस्ट मुझे भी बहुत ज्यादा नहीं पता था कि डाइवर्सी क्या करती है। प्रोडक्ट्स की बहुत सारी लिस्ट देखी, उनके क्या क्या, क्योंकि टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड है मेरा भी, देखा तो बहुत कुछ मिला, सीखने को भी मिला। आप इकोनॉमी को भी बढ़ा रहे हैं देश की। अगर सफाई रहेगी तो बीमारी कम रहेगी, बीमारी कम रहेगी तो लोगों का खर्चा कम रहेगा, लोगों का खर्चा कम रहेगा तो परचेसिंग पावर बढ़ेगी। परचेसिंग पावर इंडेक्स अगर बढ़ेगा किसी भी देश का तो इकोनॉमी अपने आप सर्कुलेट करेगी। आप एजुकेशन को भी कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं। अगर आप सफाई रख रहे हैं तो कहावत है हमारे यहाँ तो कि स्वस्थ शरीर में ही स्वस्थ मस्तिष्क का विकास होता है। अगर आप स्वस्थ शरीर बनाने में मदद कर रहे हैं तो हेल्थ में तो मदद कर ही रहे हैं आप। एक अच्छे विवेकशील, एक विजडम वाले मस्तिष्क का भी विकास आप कर रहे हैं देश के लिए। ये भी एक समाज के लिए, राष्ट्र के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है कि आप इस तरह के माहौल को बनाने के लिए अपना प्रयासरत हैं कि जिसमें हेल्थ अच्छी रहे, हम अच्छे से जी सकें, बीमारी कम हो। और जब बीमारी, फिजिकल डिजीज जो हैं, वो जब कंट्रोल में रहती हैं तो उसका कहीं ना कहीं हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ पर भी सीधा सीधा प्रभाव पड़ता है। अगर आप साफ, अच्छे, स्वस्थ वातावरण में रहते हैं तो मस्तिष्क और बौद्धिक विकास जो है वो चाइल्डहुड से लेकर बड़े तक, बुजुर्ग अवस्था तक भी बौद्धिक विकास जो है वो ज्यादा अच्छा है। सफाई रहेगी, स्वच्छता रहेगी, बौद्धिक विकास रहेगा, शारीरिक विकास रहेगा, तो हम आध्यात्म की तरफ भी जा सकते हैं। आध्यात्मिक विकास के भी ये पैरामीटर्स हैं, फ्रेमवर्क हैं कि उसी के अंदर आध्यात्म भी पनपता है। तो केवल समाज और राष्ट्र के निर्माण के लिए नहीं, हम मानवता के, ह्यूमैनिटी के डेवलपमेंट के लिए भी अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं। सफाई बहुत जरूरी है, खासतौर पर बच्चों के लिए, महिलाओं के लिए। हम किस तरह का माहौल देते हैं। मैं समझता हूं कि जितना काम दिखने में छोटा है, कंट्रीब्यूशन देश के लिए और बाकी चीजों के लिए शायद बहुत ज्यादा। इसके सोशल, इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट विजिबल नहीं है, लेकिन अगर कोई व्यक्ति थोड़ा सा भी समझ रखता है तो मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट इसके लंबे समय तक है। आज हम कहने को फिफ्थ लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बन गए हैं, कह रहे हैं कि हम फोर्थ भी बन जाएंगे इस साल तक। फिफ्थ लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी हमें 2018 में बन जाना चाहिए था, नेचुरल ग्रोथ से भी। और फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी हमें 2022 तक बन जाना चाहिए। लेकिन क्या केवल फिफ्थ और फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बन जाने से कोई भी एक डेवलपिंग नेशन डेवलप्ड नेशन की तरफ चला जाता है? मुझे लगता है शायद नहीं। अगर पर कैपिटा इनकम की बात करें, चाहे हम जापान को पीछे छोड़ेंगे, लेकिन जापान के क्लीनिनेस और हाइजीन के जो स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं उनके साथ तो हम कहीं मैच भी नहीं करते। उनके जो एनवायरमेंट के लॉज हैं उनके साथ हम मैच नहीं करते। जब वो देश डेवलप्ड नेशन बन गया था 1980 में, पहली बार हिंदुस्तान का एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट आया। उससे पहले एनवायरमेंट के बारे में नहीं सोचते। पहली बार 1980 में इंदिरा गांधी की जब सरकार आई तो एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 1981 पहली बार एग्जिस्टेंस में आया और इन सब चीजों के ऊपर चर्चा शुरू हुई। 1990s में आकर हमने सफाई की बात करनी शुरू की हुई। 2004-5 में विद्या बालन का एक ऐड आने लगा, टॉयलेट नहीं है तो हम शादी नहीं करेंगे, ये वो। 4-5-6 में मुझे याद है कि उस समय पर आना शुरू हुआ। हिंदुस्तान में लगभग 27 करोड़ 28 करोड़ परिवार हैं अभी फिलहाल। जितना हम एक शाम में खा के सोते हैं, एक समय में, शाम के समय में, पूरा यूरोप 10 दिन में भी नहीं खाता है उतना। इतनी आबादी है। एक इकोनॉमिस्ट हुए अमेरिका के, एक्रेमन, उन्होंने एक फॉर्मूला दिया है, एंड दैट इज रिलेटेड टू द पॉपुलेशन एंड रिसोर्स रेशियो। वो हमारा पूरी तरह से डिस्टर्ब है और मैक्सिमम डेवलपिंग नेशंस का डिस्टर्ब है। पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा है, हमारे पास उस तरह से रिसोर्सेज नहीं। इन सब चीजों को देखते हुए sustainable development, limits to growth, environmental protection, social upliftment, nation building, economic impact, social impact, इन सब चीजों को देखें तो मुझे लगता है कि ये फील्ड आपकी बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। अब एक एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट या एक भारत के साधारण नागरिक होने के नाते हम आपकी कंपनीज और आप जैसे बिजनेसमैन जो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं उनसे कुछ उम्मीद भी रखते हैं। वो उम्मीद 2-3 एंगल से हम रखते हैं। जो हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन है, सबसे पहली चीज के इसको प्योरली बिजनेस ना समझा जाए। नो डाउट पैसा कमाना जरूरी है, कंपनी को आगे भी बढ़ाना है, लोगों को रोजगार भी देना है, सारे काम। लेकिन साथ के साथ किस तरह से हम इसकी प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट को कम रख सकते हैं, हम किस तरह से इन प्रोडक्ट्स के ऊपर तमाम जो टैक्सेस लग रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट को रिप्रेजेंटेशन दें कि भाई हमारे ऊपर से टैक्सेस हटाइए। अगर जीएसटी किस प्रोडक्ट्स के ऊपर लग रहा है तो अपना बार बार रिप्रेजेंटेशन दीजिए कि हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन जो है वो केवल हमारा बिजनेस नहीं है, हम दूसरे एंगल से भी देश के निर्माण में कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। उस स्ट्रक्चर पर भी आप लोगों को काम करना चाहिए कि किस तरह से आपको सरकार से बेनिफिट मिल सके। स्टार्टअप्स में कैसे आपको इंक्लूड किया जा सके। कोई नया प्रोडक्ट आता है, स्टार्टअप है, तो 2 साल 4 साल 5 साल तक उसके ऊपर इनकम टैक्स और जीएसटी और तमाम चीजें ना लगे, तो किस तरह से प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट कम हो, किस तरह से सस्ते में सफाई मिले। एक नारा होना चाहिए आपको, आपका सस्ते में सफाई। हम कम पैसे खर्च करके हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा सफाई का कंट्रीब्यूशन किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन को, देश को कैसे दे सकते हैं। और वर्ल्ड में जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल अपग्रेडेशन है आपकी फील्ड में, चाहे वो केमिकल्स की फील्ड में हो, प्रोडक्ट्स की फील्ड में हो, मशीन्स की फील्ड में हो, सीएनसी मशीन्स हो, आपके प्रोडक्ट्स में डिजिटाइजेशन का कंसेप्ट हो, एआई अब आ गया है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, एआई का यूज करके कैसे आप अपनी फील्ड को और आगे स्पीड से बढ़ा सकते हैं। तो आप नए नए जो आयाम हैं, पैरामीटर्स हैं, उनमें अपने आप को बढ़ाइए। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फील्ड है, आप लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, फ्यूचर का बिजनेस भी बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन साथ के साथ हमारी जो मोरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है उसको भी हम लेकर चले, तो मैं समझता हूं कि हमारा सबका यहाँ इकट्ठा होना, आना भुवनेश्वर की इस लिंगराज भगवान की भूमि पर और ज्यादा सफल रहेगा और सूर्य भगवान हमें और आशीर्वाद कोणार्क से देंगे, महानदी का भी आशीर्वाद मिलेगा। ये भूमि तो स्वयं देवी देवताओं की भूमि रही है, उड़ीसा। यहाँ तो चिल्का में विदेशों से पक्षी भी आते रहे हैं, आज भी आते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि हमारी सही सीख यही होगी और मेरा निवेदन होगा कि आप सस्ते में स्वच्छता दें और टेक्नोलॉजिकल अपग्रेडेशन जितना जल्दी हो सके उसको करें, और एआई का यूज करें, ड्रोन्स का यूज करें। अभी तक मैंने आपके इसमें ड्रोन्स को नहीं देखा है। सफाई में ड्रोन्स का बहुत ज्यादा यूज हो सकता है। तमाम सफाई और चीजें जितनी हैं आजकल, तो व्हाइट वॉशिंग से लेकर एग्रीकल्चर में स्प्रे से लेकर सब कुछ ड्रोन्स कर रहे हैं। ड्रोन्स का कैसे इंक्लूजन हो सकता है, ये तमाम चीजें आपकी कंपनी को और आगे लेकर जाएंगी। मेरी शुभकामनाएं हैं और मैं पुनः भरत जी, अनूप जी, रोहित जी, गगन जी, सभी का धन्यवाद दूंगा कि मुझे यहाँ बुलाया, मुझे मौका दिया। मेरा पॉलिटिकल इंक्लिनेशन भी है, मैक्सिमम लोग मुझे टीवी पर देखते होंगे। मेरी शुभकामनाएं भी हैं और कभी भी आपकी फील्ड में किसी भी तरह का, किसी कंपनी एंगल से भी, किसी स्टेट में कहीं पर भी कोई मेरा कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा तो हमेशा सकारात्मक एक पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्स मेरी तरफ से आपको मिलेगा। पुनः कंपनी को आपके भविष्य के लिए, आपके बिजनेस के लिए, आपके अभियान के लिए, सभी के लिए भगवान जगन्नाथ के चरणों में सर झुकाकर मैं प्रार्थना करूंगा। मेरी शुभकामनाएं कि आप दिन दुगनी रात चौगनी तरक्की करें, समाज के और राष्ट्र के निर्माण में आपका एक अहम रोल जो है वो आगे भी चलता रहे। इन्हीं शुभकामनाओं के साथ मैं अपने शब्दों को विराम दूंगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय जगन्नाथ।
So thank you very much, sir, for your wisdom, sharing your wisdom, insight and suggestion. I would like to call upon uh, Mr. Bharat Agarwal to consider.
Ready, ready.
We all are set to move on agenda, which is panel discussion. I would like to invite
भाई मैंने कोई सिग्नल नहीं दिया है.
and business Lord. We will be moderating the discussion.
पैनल 1. ओके, दे दूं.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for our panel member, Mr. Santosh Kumar, who is the AVP from Ananya Group. Mr. Ankit Ranjan, who is the GM for Taj Puri. Mr. Jalpreet Singh, who is the general manager from the Taj Crown. Mr. Ashirvad Roharaj, who is the general manager from Vivanta Bhubaneswar. Mr. Subhamoy Banerjee, resort manager from Mayfair Lagoon. Mr. Subhashish Mahapatra, the AGM Ultimate Hospitality Services from Sun Ultimate Medical.
Jai Jagannath, it's always nice to be back in Bhubaneswar. My name is drawn from the city. My name is Bhuvnesh. My Nana, my maternal grandfather, named me after the city. And my sister's married here, so it's always nice to come back. Perhaps India's most understated, but the cleanest and the most beautiful city. It's a sad day today. We've had a horrible tragedy. My heart goes out, like I'm sure all of you will echo my sentiment. Huge loss of life in Ahmedabad.
अभी तो नहीं लगा
Can we spend a minute and pray
एलईडी का
for
भी
each
तो कोई
lost
लड़का नहीं
soul?
है यहाँ पे एलईडी का भी तो कोई लड़का
All
नहीं
the
है
families who
तो वो लोग
suffered
आपको
this horrible
हाँ
tragedy,
नहीं मानेगा ना
pray for them from the land of
नहीं नहीं
Bhagwan Jagannath ji.
अपना भी तो कोई एक नहीं है जो किसी को बोलो पीछे जाके एक बार देखो या है किधर वो भी है पीछे पूछिए वगैरह किधर है
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Without much ado, let's take this. I'll begin with a small introduction of all the speakers here. Let me begin with Ashirvad Raharaj, who's the cluster general manager for the Indian Hotel Company Limited. He heads the business for the Taj operations in Odisha and Ranchi. All right. And then I bring in Jalpreet Singh, who's the local lad. Jalpreet Singh Sodhi. He heads the INCL Crown in Bhubaneswar. Welcome. Next in, of course, is the host of the evening. He is the general manager of the Mayfair Lagoon, Shubhamoy Banerjee. Welcome, Shubhamoy. Let me bring in Ankit Tandon. He's coming from the land of Bhagwan Jagannath from Puri. He's the general manager of the Taj Puri. Next in is my good friend Santosh Kumar. He's the AVP of the Ananya Group. Welcome. He's also coming from Puri. Last but not the least, Shubhrashish Mohapatra. He's the AGM of Some Ultimate Medicare. Right. Sorry if I get that wrong. All right. My name is Bhuvnesh Khanna. I work with the business world. I think he got it wrong, but that's fine. You know, diversity does not need any introduction, to be honest. They dominate their space like at one time Maruti used to in the automobile industry. But I'm not drawing any parallels. Diversity has been thinking on its feet. They've been thinking smart, and not just smart, they've been thinking extremely innovatively, and they've respected the planet with all their initiatives. I've not talked much about that, but now, you know, the hospitality industry is a bulk and huge consumer of carbon footprint. and sustainability is the only way forward. We can delay it, but we will not be able to avoid it. We have to, like I keep saying every day, we have to go back to our old values of conservation and less burn. एक जमाना था जब हम कोक की बोतल जब तक ब्लैंक एम्प्टी नहीं लौटाते थे हमें भरी हुई नहीं मिलती थी. ये बात अलग है कि कोक थोड़ा सेहत के लिए ठीक नहीं है, पर मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि मैंने अपनी पहली कोक 10 साल में कल शाम को पी है. मैंने 10 साल से कोक नहीं. बहरहाल, कमिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक, सॉरी मैं हम दिल्ली वाले हैं, हम अंग्रेजी और हिंदी और पंजाबी में काफी शफल करते हैं, जैसे वो ताश का खिलाड़ी होता है ना, वो पत्तों को शफल करता है. तो आई एम श्योर आप लोग टीवी काफी देखते हैं, हम हिंदी में काफी परिचित होंगे. अच्छा, मैं ज्यादा वक्त नहीं लूंगा बिकॉज हम लोग थोड़े बिहाइंड शेड्यूल चल रहे हैं. We'll keep the answers crisp. Let me begin with the order that I began the introduction, so I'll come to you, Ashirvad. Ashirvad, tell me, is it a myth? You know, IHCL is doing a lot, of course, yeah, with Pathya and all that you do, conservation and all. So I want to pick your mind if it is a myth that sustainable production practices are costly. Costly in terms of spends or costly to the planet?
Okay, Mr. Khanna, it's a tough question. Thank you.
It's not a tough question. You
So,
guys are past masters.
So the way you look at it is first understand the difference between costly and expensive. When you don't get a value out of something, then it feels expensive to you. But when you spend top dollar on anything, personal, enterprise level, capex or opex, but it gives you immense value because it's the quality of everything that goes into it and the return that you get out of it, then it's costly. So costly is actually a good word in business, while expensive is not something we all, none of us enjoy at an enterprise level, at a personal level. So when it comes to, I mean, whether it's Pathya is a very big umbrella. It's our ESG framework. It is about society, sustainability, skilling, a lot of things. But just talking about sustainability products as it's perceived in this room, uh, it depends if which way you look at it. Short term, the switch obviously hits you because let's understand we are we are predominantly talking around plastics, and plastics was invented somewhere around the World War II to be actually a sustainable product because it can be recycled again and again. Unfortunately, we overused it and we found it as a cheap substitute to so many things. And that's how plastic came in. And now plastic is a problem. So if you talk about moving away, let's say from plastic toothbrushes to wooden ones, or plastics, little soap pouches, to ceramic dispensers. At first, yes, there is a cost to it. Whether you capitalize the cost or take it into your operations cost, the first go, it will always hit you because it's something that you did not plan for, or you planned but you did not anticipate it. But once you make the switch, then it becomes part of your ecosystem. It's normal after that. A glass bottled water, bottled in a proper plant, is definitely doesn't come to you with the same value for money as a plastic bottle does. It's definitely a little more expensive to bottle. But then once you start having volumes, then the cost per bottle comes down. Uh, every time you hotel invests in liquid toiletries dispenser, the first time it will hit you. But then once you start using it, recurring expenditure is something that takes care of it in the long run. And there is so much to sustainability because you are reducing carbon footprint, you are going local. So in the long run, it's not an expensive approach.
I completely agree with you. You know, we've lapped up taking to the Western way of life, to make logistics easier task to do. Why did we let go of glass Coke bottles that we grew up with, for plastic bottles? That's because nobody wanted to get into the whole thing of getting the empties back, washing them, and then refilling them and resupplying. I think there is a lot of value in going back to where we began. But thank you so much, Ashirwad. That's valuable. Uh, the cost eventually is what the planet will bear, and eventually we all. Uh, Jalpreet, I want to come to you. Uh, you know, uh, you're running a hotel locally over here. What are the sustainability-led activities initiated or perhaps undertaken by INCL? If you can tell us, because you had a hotel that directly hands-on, so you know where it pinches and what it does.
Yes, Mr. Khanna, but since we have already spoken about CL Ashirwad has already spoken about Pathya. So, as a company, as a brand, we are driven by Pathya. And it's basically, it lives with its 6 pillars. Progress, preserve, prudent, promise, promote, partner. Pillars which, as Pathya, we are known. And as a brand, we are working all together with the vision of 2030. So some of the intangible cultural heritage projects would, as IHCL has created in partnership with UNESCO, are bamboo village block printing creations, which is in Albania folk dance songs creation, which is again Rajasthan, terracotta art of Bolena. Blue pottery is again something which is from Rajasthan, where we are working very closely with the artisans to support the. That's again a part of supporting as per the framework which we have widely into. Vishnoi Village Partnership. Vishnoi is a community in India which supports the nature. It supports, it avoids us to kill any animal, and they support the entire ecological system of the society. Durga Puja, in fact, which is one of the most frequent things seen in the East, especially first time for me, because when I came to East, I saw that first time. So we are also one of the partners where we look forward to support those cultures which continue to live in our society year on year. Pattachitra is one of our cultures of Odisha, where as a brand we are constantly supporting. So it's part of the conservation efforts which we are doing. The other efforts which as IHCL which we are doing is 100% wastewater to be recycled and used in the same hotel. So as a practice, we use all the recycled water in our flushes or air conditioning plants. We don't drain it out in the city sewers.
ये
All
पानी आके मिलने वाला नहीं है.
You're right. So all hotels are pre-guided to have organic waste management system so that we use the compost, otherwise or we give it donated to the society. So that we support the society in the other ways. Paperless check-ins are again one of our effort. Till the time a guest asks that I need a printout, we don't give it to them. Those are used by the modern technology. Toiletries which are based now on natural, so that naturally they are so they're biodegradable easily, natural bamboo or paper-based packagings. So we are leaving the plastic behind. Water bottling plant, which we have already spoken, Ashika has spoken. Green certifications, we are constantly leading as per the brand through Earth Check, through LEED certifications from building to building, so that we are certified as per carbon footprints. And other initiatives like EV car charging stations available at all IHCL hotel is our support to support the ecological setups of the company. Right. So these are some of them. Like then there are some certain things which are done locally supporting the environment.
There's one man who's the boss of both these guys, Ankit and Jalpreet. उनके साथ ही बैठा है आशीर्वाद. I think the approval for the response is going to come from Ashirwad. मेरे लिए तो पास हो गया. He says he generally gives us his Ashirwad. Thank you, Jalpreet. Now I want to come to you, Shubhamoy. You're the local boy over here. This is your hotel, and I must also say this is one of the most beautiful resorts, the Mayfair Lagoon.
Thank you.
If we can, you know, get people to witness what they've created. Each Mayfair has a separate character, and they all stand up. Congratulations, right? I think you will do well to take some of the people over here who've not seen your resort for a walk today after this is done, not during the sessions. अच्छा मुझे ये बताओ शुभमय, how and where do we strike a balance between cost and sustainability practices? What's the tipping point?
That's a great question, Mr. Khanna. What happens when we walk the path of sustainability? We start with small steps, the baby steps. So we focus ourselves on those projects which are low cost but on high on impact, which generate a quick ROI. Many of us, our colleagues over here at the DICE, have already executed many of them, such as putting motion sensors in bacteria offices, putting water filters which act as aerators, reducing water consumption, and also reusing and recycling linen, bed linen. We all have done that. Now we are right now in the middle of them, wherein which hotels have started investing in RO plant, where many hotels have their own bottle recycling plant, like we have in Mayfair Lagoon as well, and also moving towards many hotels who have gone towards solar panels as well, which has uh, been quite helpful in reducing the energy bill. In all these projects, even government of Odisha has also stepped us and helped us a lot. Eventually, we will be are more motivated to take in high capex projects, which would definitely make a dent eventually. So small steps are there. We are not there yet, but we are reaching there.
Excellent. If only I could bring the rest of India to this one city. I'm sure Indore is clean. I'm sure Surat is clean. But अगर आपने भुवनेश्वर नहीं देखा तो
मैं कुछ नहीं देखा.
आपने कुछ नहीं देखा. सहज, educated, and very well kept. It's the moment you get out of the airport, it's a visual delight. कि भारतवर्ष में भी हम इतना मकाम हासिल कर सकते हैं सफाई का. तो बाकी लोग, मेरे को दिल्ली देख के तो शर्म आती है इसके साथ. मैं दिल्ली वाला हूँ, अंकित और जलप्रीत भी वहां से हैं, ये भी सिर झुकाए बैठे हैं. बट सो मच टू लर्न. शर्मा जी भी हंस रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं यार वो क्या बोल रहा है. It's true. But of course, we're nearing 3 crores, Mr. Sharma, in Delhi, and bursting on our seams. मेरा ख्याल 4 CR होगा, 5 थोड़ा सा. But we should, I think we have not built new cities. We don't need the VP Singh. The best idea VP Singh gave was कि सारी ministries दिल्ली में मत रखो, अलग-अलग states में shift कर दो, ताकि सारा shift हो जाए population का. Now let me come to you, Ankit. एक तो दिल्ली वाला भेज दिया हमने पुरी में, धन हो गई तुम्हारी जिंदगी. मैं तो जब भी अंकित से बात करता हूँ तो ये जय जगन्नाथ से शुरू करता है. ब्लेसिंग. मेरे को ये बताओ अंकित, व्हाट इज IHCL के स्टैंडर्ड तो हमने देख लिए हैं कि क्या करते हैं, मैं पूरा वाकिफ हूँ. तो मुझे ये बताओ, what does sustainability mean to you, as in to you, and why is it so important?
So you have asked me a very beautiful question, and the question goes to everyone.
मैं सारे अच्छे पूछता
No, definitely. That's the reason you are the one who are there. So, sustainability, if I have to answer, I answer it in a manner which will be, as sir said, how I have perceived it and how I see it now. Sustainability would have been a very simple answer, wherein it has got three dimensions, wherein you have to see the environment, the social and economic aspect. It can be the way we live our daily life, how our social behaviors are, ensuring that we don't harm the environment, but still take care of the social and economic impact. Now let me tell you how I see it when I have come to Mahaprabhu's place. 1,000 years of history. See the sustainability which has been there from day one. All of us in here must have been to Puri, the Jagannath temple. Anything and everything over there is sustainable. Every aspect of ritual, every aspect of spirituality over there is sustainable, keeping in mind all three parameters which I said: social, economic, environment. So when I see now, I see sustainability is something which we all should ensure is being undertaken in a manner that it helps our present, but also is conserved for our future generation to be utilized later. And that's what the theme of Jagannath Ji is also.
True.
So that's how I look at
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, we must ask ourselves, we are not going to be permanent residents of this planet. कोई 10 साल जिएगा, कोई 20, कोई 30, कोई 40. मैं तो कहता हूँ कोई विरला ही होगा जो 50 साल और जिएगा. What do we want to leave for our coming generations? Just see what our elders left for us. और हमने क्या किया? I never grew up on television, mobiles and air conditioners. पर हम लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगी के साथ क्या किया? हमें फ्रेश हवा मिलती नहीं है. हम नेचुरल लाइट देखते ही नहीं है. हमने क्या किया अपनी धरती के साथ? वो भी रोती होगी, चीखे पलके मारती. तो थोड़ा सेल्फिश ना हो, हम लोग देखें कि हमने क्या करना है. संतोष, आप भी पुरी से हो, है ना? ये उड़िया है जो बंगाल में पला बड़ा है ना? पर मुझे ये बताओ कि what can we do to increase awareness on this critical topic one, and how do we motivate people to practice this in their personal and professional life? संक्षिप्त.
बहुत छोटा सा. I have only 4-5 points to speak. As my colleagues have said, what they implement, and my topic
उड़िया
is.
में बोल लेते हो पूरा? वो बंगला में.
तो सर, सबसे पहले तो हमें एजुकेट करना है हमारे टीम मेंबर्स को. नॉट ओनली टीम मेंबर्स, बट हमारे जो भी सोसाइटी हम आसपास में हैं, हमें उनको एजुकेट करना चाहिए. इससे मुझे ये अभी आइडिया या अंदाज लगा कि जैसे इंस्पीरिया दैट वी हैव डन, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट मिस्टर कार्तिक टू टेक इट फर्दर डाउन टू एट अ लट टू मच लोअर लेवल, टू द होटल्स और टू द
वो कार्तिक
इंडस्ट्रीज.
तो करने को तैयार बैठा है.
जी,
तेरे
बिकॉज
को सारे अनामिका होटल बेचने पड़ेंगे बिकॉज उसको बजट चाहिए. कार्तिक ठीक है ना?
जी,
क्लाइंट कम हो
so
जाएगा.
so the point was to educate. That is what I was trying to say. Second is, when we are actually talking about educating somebody, it should be more like a storytelling, not वो एक
True.
poster लगा दिया और
I
लोगों ने
agree.
पढ़ लिया. Not like that.
I agree.
Make it like a storytelling. आजकल ना वो इंस्टा में रील्स देख के लोगों को ज्यादा याद रहता है instead of reading it. And then also, with that, we should incentivize people who are actually following it. Maybe do some practice policies in which we incentivize. And last point is that we should partner with organizations who are, into this sustainable programs. Let's say it can be diversity, it can be ABC, but we should also partner with them. So that those are my 4 points.
Excellent.
Mostly.
Very well said. ये हो गया हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्शन. अब हम अस्पताल के पास आएंगे, हॉस्पिटल के पास. बट मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, ये जो सस्टेनेबिलिटी का गंद डाला है ना, ये डाला है जिन लोगों की तनख्वाहें बढ़ती जा रही हैं, जो लोग ज्यादा अमीर हो रहे हैं. आप जैसे ही
गरीब तबके पे पर चले जाएं, उसको ये रोग नहीं है। क्यों शर्मा जी? वो बेचारा हर चीज बचा के करता है कि ये भी वेस्ट ना हो, ये भी वेस्ट ना हो। मेरे पास 100 रुपए में है, उसमें गंजी नहाएगी क्या, निचोड़ेगी क्या, तो मैं वेस्ट नहीं कर सकता हूँ। जब हमारी जरूरत 100 रुपए की है और हमारे को 1000 या 2000 करते हैं, तो आदमी कहता है यार ये देखी जाएगी, एक कमीज और ले ले। मैं आपको बताऊं, जापान में एक मूवमेंट है, आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हर्ड ऑफ इट, which is spread all over the world. It's called the minimalist movement. जापान में लोग अपने घर से फर्नीचर निकाल रहे हैं, बर्तन निकाल रहे हैं, कपड़े निकाल रहे हैं, अलमारियां खाली करा रहे हैं, जूते कम कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ 3 से 4 जोड़े रखते हैं, बहुत मिनिमल फर्नीचर फर्नीचर सब कुछ कम कर दिया। उन्होंने अपने घर खाली कर दिए। अगर आप साउथ इंडिया में चले जाओ ना, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि लोगों के घर, वो अरबपति होंगे बट उनके घर इतने सिंपल होते हैं। गुजरात में भी फर्नीचर कम है। ये, मैं पंजाबी हूँ और नॉर्थ इंडियन हूँ और दिल्ली वाला हूँ, हम लोग भर देते हैं घर में। आचार्य जी बताएंगे कि ये खुद ही कितने जोड़े हैं आपके पास कपड़ों के?
Jai Jagannath.
हाँ जी,
We just use 3 pairs maximum.
3 pairs. There you are, right? I've carried more than 3 pairs. So, I guess there's so much to learn from you, Acharya ji. और खाने में भी, खाना हमने 150 ग्राम ही है, मैक्सिमम 200 खाना है। 200 ग्राम खा लेंगे, ओवर ईटिंग करेंगे, उसमें पानी भी आ जाएगा, सलाद भी आ जाएगा। बट जब हम ऑर्डर करते हैं तो ऐसे कि जैसे हमने पिछले 10 दिन से खाया नहीं और 10 दिन मिलेगा नहीं। चलिए आपके पास आए फिर, ये जब इतना ज्यादा खा लेंगे तो आप ही के पास आएंगे, है ना, अस्पताल में बिल भी देंगे, और आप अमीर होगे ज्यादा वेस्ट करोगे। अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ शुभ्राशीष, मेरे को ये बताओ, हाउ डू यू मेजर sustainability achievements as in KPIs, and how frequently do you measure this, and how do you use these for the benefit of your organization?
बहुत अच्छा मतलब क्वेश्चन है।
सारे ही अच्छे हैं, सारे अच्छे, मैं बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने नहीं लिखे।
ये एक्चुअली हम लोग हॉस्पिटल के बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपका जैसे हॉस्पिटल में क्या होता है, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट। सबसे हॉस्पिटल में जो वेस्ट निकलता है तो
थोड़ा
different-
जोर से।
तो वो इस तरह बहुत सेंसिटिव होता है। आपको जैसे हम लोग सेंसिटिव मतलब सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात करते हैं, तो फ्यूचर जनरेशन सोचते हैं फ्यूचर जनरेशन कैसे अफेक्ट हो, अपना एनवायरमेंट कैसे खराब ना हो। तो हेल्थ केयर में आपका जैसे हम लोग अभी एक लास्ट 1 ईयर का डाटा बनाया था, जैसे आप बता रहा हूँ। जैसे हम लोग पहले बल्क केमिकल यूज करते, 5 लीटर जार वाला यूज करते थे, फिर हम लोग 6 महीना का, उसके बाद 6 महीना हम लोग फिर डाइवरमेट यूज किए। तो मैं बता रहा हूँ कैसे हम लोग का जो वेस्ट है, जैसे कार्डबोर्ड वेस्ट था, वो 6 महीना पे 184 कार्डबोर्ड वेस्ट जनरेट हुआ था। और जैसे हम लोग डाइवर्टमेट यूज किए, वो 42 kg हो गया। एंड आपको ये बताऊंगा जैसे प्लास्टिक वेस्ट है, दैट इज ऑल्सो 163 kg हुआ था, कुछ हुआ था, वो भी 37 kg का आ गया। तो सोचिए कितना डिफरेंट आ रहा है। ये तो हम लोग का जो सब चीजें ये डिफरेंट आ रहा है प्रैक्टिकल। तो जो एक्चुअली ये सब रिसोल्व होता है, लेकिन हेडेक ये है कि ये सब वेस्ट है। फ्यूचर के लिए बहुत सारा हेडेक है, उसको रखना, उसका मतलब उसको स्टोरेज, फिर उसको कोई मतलब जो थर्ड पार्टी को बेचना, ये सब बहुत अभी वो सब कम हो गया। तो ये एक चीज है जो मैं आपको डाटा देता हूँ। दूसरा है आपका जैसे कंपनी के लिए जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, उसके लिए जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हो रहा है वो सब भी कम जरूर हुआ होगा। जो कंपनी जहाँ से सप्लाई दे रहा है, जो जहाँ से आ रहा है, वो सब भी डेफिनेटली कम होगा। और लास्ट में बताऊंगा मेरा हॉस्पिटल को क्या प्रॉफिट हुआ, तो दैट इज अराउंड 42% कॉस्ट सेव हुआ मेरा। इनिशियली इन्वेस्टमेंट कॉस्ट मेरा ज्यादा आया, सही बात है, लेकिन बाद में मेरा जो टोटल कॉस्ट में ये 42% मेरा सेविंग कॉस्ट सेव हुआ। तो ये जो मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ, जो मेरा परफॉर्मेंस में मेरा, मैं अपने कंपनी को देखा तो दिस इज द परफॉर्म डाउन बाय यूजिंग दिस न्यू प्रोडक्ट। और इसमें आपका जो डोजिंग सिस्टम, जो मैनुअल सिस्टम भी बंद हो गया। मैनुअल में जैसे हॉस्पिटल में बहुत सारा ऑडिट होता है, तो ऑडिट में छोटे छोटे चीज को बहुत चेक करते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम हो गया तो पूरा एरर फ्री हो गया। कोई भी मतलब आपको डोजिंग परफेक्ट डोजिंग हुआ, और आपका स्टाफ सेफ्टी और जैसे स्पील मैनेजमेंट आई हजार्ड जो आपके लिए जो केमिकल स्पील के लिए जो वो सब भी बंद हो गया। तो ये चीजें बहुत सारा परफेक्ट है उनको, मतलब ऑडिट में ये सारा बहुत अच्छा रहता है। तो यही सब बेनिफिट मिला होता है।
आप लोग कोई फ्री स्कीम चलाते हो? एक दिन रहो, 2 दिन रहो, एक दिन फ्री?
नहीं, ऐसे कुछ स्कीम नहीं रहता।
आपके भी एडीआर वगैरह के टारगेट होते हैं कि इतना कमरे का चार्ज करना है?
नहीं नहीं
यार ये झूठ मत
तो
बोलो।
different-
साला कोई डॉक्टर नहीं है जिसको टारगेट नहीं मिला है कि
नहीं
इतना करोड़ महीने का कमा के देना है, फिर उसका पेट फूलता है, फिर आके वो घूम के आप ही के अस्पताल में भर्ती होते
नहीं
हैं।
तो हॉस्पिटल हम किसी को बुलाते बुलाते मतलब होटल में आप घूमने के लिए बुला सकते हैं, पर हम लोग हॉस्पिटल किसी को बुलाते नहीं, पर आदमी अपने आप यहाँ पे आता है।
हॉस्पिटल वालों होटल वालों का सीजन होता है, तुम्हारा सीजन नहीं होता।
ये बात सही है।
चलो,
थैंक यू सर।
thank you. So, we've had a wonderful session, but the भावार्थ ये है कि सीख जाओ, वरना आपके बच्चों के लिए कुछ नहीं रहेगा सीखने लायक। बर्बाद करके जाएंगे जो हमारे विरासत हमारे माँ बाप ने हमें दी थी, वो मत करो। आई थिंक लेट्स पुट आवर हैंड्स टुगेदर फॉर डाइवर्सिटी, फॉर पुटिंग दिस सेशन टुगेदर। डाइवर्सिटी, थैंक यू, एंड थैंक यू all of you make this industry proud, but the only thing is we need to be conscious. मैं सिर्फ ये देखता हूँ कि कितने गेस्ट आते हैं, कितने लोग घर में, तो हम लोग रोज तौलिया नहीं बदलते, रोज बेडशीट नहीं बदलते, बट होटल में क्योंकि हम 4 5 6 हज़ार दे रहे हैं, हम बदलते हैं रोज, साले रोज बदल, क्योंकि मैंने तेरे को पैसे दिए तो बदल, खर्चा कर मत, हम प्लेनेट बर्बाद कर रहे हैं। थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू आशीर्वाद, जलप्रीत, अंकित, शुभमय, भाई साहब आप, संतोष, गॉड ब्लेस यू।
I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the panel members. Happy welcome. Sir, I would like to call upon Rishi Pandey and sir, just hold on.
यार रुक जाओ, कैश पैकेट दे रहा हूँ सबको।
Rishi and Kapil to come and facilitate the panelist.
क्यों है इसको फोटो खिंचवा दे। और ये मैं इनकी खिंचाई काफी करता रहता हूँ, मन लगा रहता है इनका। Please stop being my Delhi naughty boy. You should, sustainability is we should stop giving flowers, give fruits instead. फूल को तो आप फेंक दोगे। I don't give flowers and I don't even take flowers.
we have so we have one of our distinguished guest from ISKCON Bhubaneswar. So I would request sir to come here, Mr. Ritesh Gauradas, like Mr. Bharat Agarwal.
Hare Krishna. Can I get a response? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, how many of you love music? Everyone? Okay. So, I'd like to take 2 minutes of your time by having a music session. Would you like to stand up also? Sure. Thank you. So, we'll do a step where we'll get a refreshment also and little bit of our minds getting cooled. Okay. Okay. We will chant and side by side we'll walk left towards right. Okay. With the chant in music. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Presentation from Todd. I would request Ms. Isha Sagar to come on stage, please.
Good evening, everybody. Just before we start, good evening, everybody. My name is Isha Sagar. I am the key account manager for Torque India. And thank you to the diversity team, Karthik, Bharat, Rishi, and the entire organization for giving me this opportunity to talk to their lovely customers present here today. I'm going to be giving you a little short overview about Torque. I won't keep it boring. I know you all have been sitting in your seats and giving us your undivided attention for multiple hours now. So we'll start with a short, engaging video about Torque and our brand. Apologies for the sound. Just give us one moment to fix this. Thank you.
Of hygiene that's good for people and the planet. Committed to giving all people equal access to sustainable hygiene when away from home. That's why we see the world in a different way. Where some see napkins, we see an opportunity to provide guests with a cleaner and safer dining experience. When some see soap and sanitizers, we see possibilities to improve hand hygiene compliance for a healthier society. When some see another round of cleaning, we see ways to empower staff for greater well-being. Where some see a bin full of paper waste, we see sustainability efforts to reduce carbon footprint. And when some see dispensers with paper towels, we see equal access to new hygiene standards for all. We use our expertise in sustainable hygiene management to improve businesses and society, creating sustainable hygiene for all.
Thank you for your patience and your attention. So now I'll begin with a short presentation and we'll dive deep a little bit about what is Torque and who's SCT. SCT is a global health and hygiene company, which is headquartered in Sweden. We have been in the market for over 60 plus years. We've gone through certain changes in the Asia Pac and Indian subcontinent, and recently partnered again with Diversey in 2024 as our strategic channel partner for this region. Today, I'm representing the brand Torque. SCT has a rest of the portfolio of brands, as you can see. Some may be familiar and some not so much. We service almost 1 billion users every day across the globe in their paper hygiene needs. SCT's brand Torque installs over 7 million dispensers annually. As you can see, all the blue parts on this map, you have a hygiene dispenser placed in a washroom, a kitchen, an airport, a hospital, or hotel. We are extremely committed to a sustainable agenda, and we have a Torque promise. Our Torque promise to our customers is better hygiene for better businesses. How do we do this? Why and how do we connect this to sustainability? Sustainability is not just a buzzword for us. Essity has been committed to providing its customers solutions from a total life cycle approach, whether these customers are commercial, HoReCa, industry, or healthcare. We have a very transparent and holistic approach to sustainability, and it's broadly categorized in 4 pillars. Our materials and packaging being the first pillar. Now, being a paper manufacturer, we need to pay close attention to what type of fibers and where we source from, and how we handle those raw materials and make those products for our customers. Essity uses only 100% FSC, that is Forest Stewardship Council approved fibers. And additionally, one may think that the most responsible way of sourcing is going recyclable content, which yes, 60 to 70% of our portfolio is made from recycled content and not fresh wood fibers. We take it one step further with our fresh wood assortment by using the byproduct of the timber industry, which is the wood that is used in manufacturing of large homes, furniture, or other industrial purposes generates wood chip waste, which is also an extremely valuable entity, which we would not like to waste. So Essity makes sure to produce eco-label and FSC certified pulp in our manufacturing practices. Now, the next pillar is use and waste. All of our dispensers and products are designed in a way to help reduce consumption. Not only do we pay attention to their post-life recyclability and biodegradability aspect, but also their materials and packaging, but also how they're used in an office, in a hospital, or any organization. We ensure that the highest levels of hygiene is maintained while using the least amount of product. Now, under the third pillar, which is carbon. Lowering the carbon impact throughout the total life cycle of Tork products and services. Tork is the only supplier at this time to launch a series of carbon neutral dispensers. How we achieve this carbon neutrality in our dispenser range, I will talk to you in a few of the future slides. And lastly, hygiene for all. We are dedicated to raising the hygiene standards for the majority of our users. Essity's products are easy handling certified, meaning that it can be easily installed in dispensers, easily disposed of. And as a user, whether I may be old, young, or differently abled, our dispensers are easy to use and certified by the Swedish Rheumatoid Association, which focuses and tests our dispensers for the ease of use and durability of these products. Now coming to a few product examples. Top products are designed to ensure that you comply with the highest standards of hygiene while using less. Our solutions for napkins, paper towels, toilet tissue are of superior quality and performance, but reduce both your wastage and your consumption. These products allow you to meet the sustainability targets without having to compromise on quality and comfort. Now, an example is the reflex. In all of our kitchens, especially since we have such distinguished guests from the hospitality industry here, we use many millions and multiple meters of paper to clean as we go in high capacity cooking environments. Now, that's a necessity as per food contact and HACCP regulations to have a single-use paper being used in kitchens. But how do we make this more efficient and more sustainable while maintaining your certifications and your cleanliness standards? By innovating how we dispense. A single dispenser with a rotatory 360-degree nozzle reduces your consumption by over 37%. Similarly, our rolls are equipped with a smart removable core that makes sure you get single sheet at a time dispensed from the center. We have similar product and dispensing innovations in our toilet paper category as well as our hand towel category. We are category innovators. We are trying to take our customers away from conventional means of dispensing like N-fold and C-fold and take you towards the future of a smart washroom with data-driven cleaning as one of our offerings as well. Now, coming back to our dispensers, which is the ethos of what we do. Our dispensers are first of a kind carbon neutral dispensers. How do we achieve this carbon neutrality? Our dispensers are produced in factories using renewable electricity and compensated through carbon projects where SCT invests with our NGO partner, climate partner, in multiple projects of solar panels replacing gas and cooking, replacing wood burning stoves with gas stoves in many villages in India and across the Asia Pac region. We continue to partner with Climate Partner and grow our range of carbon neutral dispensers and deliver this benefit to our customers as we go on. Lastly, I would like to close this session with a small video about our hygiene for all. With sustainability and inclusivity at the heart of everything we do at Torque and SCT, we create cleaner and safer environments for everybody. We seem to have another issue with the technicality. I hope we can get our final video. Yep. I promise you it's an interesting one. Yeah, sure. Great. So we'll play you the video towards the end. Thank you for your attention and your interest. We have some of our products installed at the back of the room. If you would like
and
to
I have the beginnings of our.
If you would like to interact with some of our products or ask me some questions about how we achieve sustainability, please do come by in the break. Thank you.
I'm an older woman and I have the beginnings of arthritis.
So the condition that I have is contamination, OCD.
My daughter, she's very sensitive to noise.
Having eczema skin is super sensitive.
The noise overstimulates me.
Every day, hidden hygiene barriers shape the lives of thousands of people. From soaps that trigger allergic reactions to noisy hand dryers, impacting both the reputation and the revenue of businesses. But it doesn't need to be like this. Torque is on a mission to remove these barriers, developing hygiene products for all users. partnering with businesses and organizations worldwide to make restroom hygiene inclusive for all. Join us, and together we can create public restrooms that truly include everyone.
May I request Mr. Bharat Agarwal, the Business Director of Building Care, to come and moderate this session? Bharat? So let's put the hands together for our esteemed panel members. I will call upon Mr. Sujoy Bandyopadhyay, the General Manager Operation from Sai Krupa Food Services. Mr. Vijay Kumar, Deputy Registrar from IIT Patna. Miss Reena Chaudhary, Director NIS from NIS Facility Management. Mr. Nilesh Kumar Singh, the Coaching Depot Officer, Bhubaneswar, IRS ME. Regional Head from Office. Over to Bharat.
Thank you, Mohsen. Good evening, everyone. We now move towards our second panel discussion, and the topic of our panel discussion is all about elevating the experience, the power of innovation. Yeah, uh, I'm sure you have heard about what Time does. From Mr. Sharma, you heard the first panel discussion as well. One thing I'm sure all of us do very well that India, through multiple aspects, right? I've been hearing from the different set of people. India, in the multiple aspects, moving up in the ranks, right? Taking the center stage in the global scheme of things, moving up in the ranks when it comes to the top economies of the world. And will it happen just like that? The answer is no. It will certainly require all of us sitting in this room to play a role better, a role which would help everybody in the country to feel better. And that would only happen when we use the power of innovation in everything that we do. Right? We're doing that through multiple things that you have seen so far. You have seen the presentation from Torque as well. So you see how we're touching the different aspects of the lives to bring that change in the life of a country person so that he can proudly say that I'm part of a top 3, top 5 economies of the world, right? So as to make you understand how different stakeholders in our world are playing their role, we have a very diverse and interesting set of panel here, where we have uh, panelists coming from facility management company, where we have panelists coming from co-working space, education sector, and railways too. So such a diverse and a beautiful set of panel here for you all this evening to understand how they're changing the lives with the power of innovation in their space. So without further ado, I would uh, help you move towards the panel. We have Ms. Reena Chaudhary here. Reena is the Joint Managing Director for NIS Management Limited. It's a listed organization in the facility management space. Welcome, ma'am. Thanks for joining us. So I think I'll pose the first question to you and then we move around. So, ma'am, facility management space, all of us know how interesting and how complex it is, right? Organization which is decades old organization, listed organization, so you have multiple roles to play, governance to take care of. Uh, in this space where you employ so many people, you have to take care of so many organizations, customers that you work with. How do you use innovation as a tool in terms of elevating the experience of your stakeholders?
Thank you for asking me and giving me opportunity to answer such an apt question in today's scenario. Well, I am working as a worker in the field of housekeeping and hygiene for the last 30 years. And I have seen a sky change from rudimentary housekeeping practices to a mechanized housekeeping practices nowadays. Innovation is not only, it is actually changing the entire routine cleaning system to a very high quality, seamless, skilled service delivery through mechanization, through digitalization, and elevating the experience of the customers uh, to delight them and to also empower the workers. Let me give you a small example. Being a woman, when we use public washrooms, we are very skeptical. Using the flush, touching taps after washing our hands. So it's something which uh, women like us don't like. But then when we walk into smart toilets, where it is sensor based, we do not have to do much of touching. It's a feel good factor. Thankfully, there are companies like Diversey and many people who are continuously thinking in the light of giving that kind of satisfaction and delight to the customers. And they are working towards innovating more and more new equipment, sensor-based equipments, sensor-based dispensers, UV-based sanitization tools, IoT-based cleaning carts, and so on and so forth. But innovation is not only about new products. It is actually about transforming the entire experience and the experience of the client as well as the experience of other stakeholders like the service providers, like the managers, the housekeepers, and of course, last but not the least, the workers. It is very important that some innovation, in fact, a lot of innovation goes into the field of elevating the experience of the workers, because I think most of the service providers here will agree with me that unlike the olden days when, manpower availability was in abundance, people would come into this field to work. But today there is a dearth in this field. More and more workers are going to other industries. We are losing them. So a lot of innovation has to be done to attract them, to increase their morale, to make, ergonomics tools which will help them. So truly speaking, innovation should be actually people centric. It should be tech enabled and also sustainable. Having said that, innovation should also be in the field of like even diversity is doing it very well. Water conservation, energy conservation. So all this is actually increasing and elevating the experience of the customers and also the back-end cleaners. Thank you.
That's brilliant, ma'am. Such a wonderful insights. I would request my guest back at the back to please have some patience. I'm sure the food is interesting, but the thoughts are more interesting. Allow us some more minutes as we finish this. So Rishi, please, ensure some silence. Thank you. So thanks, ma'am. A wonderful answer. If I can have a follow-up question to you, do you see affordability as a concern when it comes to innovation?
Yes, of course. See, there has to be innovation, and innovation will have to be cheaply available to all kind of sectors. So the eco-friendly products and all, even the green products that we see of diversity are wonderful, but then they come with an expense. Yes, they have to be cheaper, I mean, more available to the mass.
Great, ma'am. So great thoughts. Let me come to you, Vijay. So Vijay is the Deputy Registrar in IIT Patna. So moving from a facility management company, let me help you understand how a education sector look at it. So Vijay brings 11 years of experience. Vijay, again, managing the education sector and that to IIT, a large number of students, a large campus. How do you see this space? How do you ensure the innovation is more inclusive when it comes to a sector and an organization like this?
See, when we talk about inclusive innovation, the inclusive what is primarily the facilities should reach to the last level of the society. It's not that the privilege should be the concentrated mass. So, not in the perspective of my organization, but as a whole, to innovation be inclusive, there are several factors to be considered. First, in design and planning, you should include the last leg of the society to whom, as India is a mixed economy. It's not a capitalist economy. It's not a socialist economy. There are several sectors in the country which need to be managed by the government funding. Even in the IITs, we are funded heavily by the government because the education needs to be reached to the last leg of the society. In your sector also, when you are talking about the innovation, the inclusiveness will only come when you put in some factors. Some factors are, which I had noted down, that you have to make diverse teams. Diverse teams means there should be representation from the differently abled persons. Should be the women should be included in that. All the representations of the society should be there. Their viewpoints should be there. Secondly, user-centric design should be there. It's already there. Diversity is working on that. There is always scope, as it is said, that there is scope of improvement in time. Then what I want to tell here that capacity building program should be enhanced. Capacity building program is much required when we are reducing the manpower and we are moving to mechanization. The capacity building is a must. The master team should run some master training program where you train in our institute or in the organization. You train, you make some master trainer, and they put up the things to the lower state of the workers. And there is, we should develop the local ecosystem development should be there. We are in IIT Patna, we are having incubation hubs. Several education institutes, they are incubation hubs. We should also try to create, not on a large scale, but on a smaller scale, there should be incubation hubs should be developed with the help of the local people. And your technology should be transferred there. You should scale it down, not really upwards, but so that the local society is also developed. Then only you will be moving towards the inclusive, innovation. Another thing, policy and ecosystem support is also required. There are several, relaxations in the government policies, which had promoted financial inclusion, and now innovation inclusivity is also a prime focus of the government, and we should ask the government for more relaxations. These are the points.
Quite an interesting thought, Vijay. Besides solutions that we have to offer, your point was about including the society from the bottom start of this pyramid. You would have heard about our Garima program, where we touch base with almost 10,000 lives in a year. Yeah, go to the places where nobody would go, mobilize the people, train them, certify them, and then make them employable. So,
but the figure, what I was told and what I heard during the presentation of Mr. Karthik, it's about, I think, 45,000
from the start of our program. When I say 10,000, it's a yearly one. That
still large scope to be.
Yeah. I'm sure we noted and we will work on it. So thanks,
because
Vijay.
You are a 100 years old company. You are a so huge company, and you are covering over whole of the globe. So 45,000 is a mere.
Agree, sir, and we working on it. So thanks, thank you, Vijay. Moving from IIT Patna, now let me give you some insights of how railways look at this space. So we have a very young professional here sitting in the room. Nilesh, I'll come to you. So Nilesh is the CDU, Coaching Depot Officer of East Coast Railways, a young professional. So Nilesh, your thoughts on how do you elevate the experience using innovation? I'm sure government, railways doing a wonderful job. We work with railways, IRCTC. Wonderful to see the use of AI IRCTC is doing in ensuring the kitchens are run properly and the food that you get in railways is the best that you get. But I'm very keen to understand how do you see this space in your organization?
आप सभी को मेरा प्रणाम. मेरा नाम नीलेश है. As already told by all, मैं हिंदी भाषा का यूज करूंगा. ये भारतीय रेलवे है. आपको पता है नाम के आगे ही भारतीय है. So we are inclusive by in itself. हम लोग जब एक ट्रेन चलाते हैं, आप देखते होंगे उसमें जनरल क्लास होता है, स्लीपर क्लास होता है, थर्ड एसी होता है, सेकंड एसी एंड फर्स्ट एसी. सो एक छोटी सोसाइटी लेके हम ट्रेन को चलाते हैं. तो जब मुझे यहाँ बुलाया गया था, आई वाज आस्क्ड टू टॉक अबाउट इंक्लूसिव एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑफ ऑल आवर स्टेक होल्डर्स. तो इसमें सबसे पहला पॉइंट ये है मेरा कि जब हम एक सोसाइटी को लेके चल रहे हैं, एक 24 डब्बे के कोच में आप सबको केटर करते हो, तो उसमें बहुत डिफरेंशिएटेड एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं. down the line, railways have been sensitively sustainable for all our passengers. और वो अभी आप सबको पता है कि रेलवे हैज रोल्ड आउट 75 वंदे भारत trains, which is in itself very sustainable and also वो ऐसे experiences दे रहा है which is still at the highest marketed at a higher society level. उसी को हम डाउनग्रेड करके हम अमृत भारत ट्रेन्स भी लेके आए हैं जो कि सेकंड स्लीपर क्लासेस के लिए है. जैसे कि हमारे रेलवे बोर्ड से सारे सर्कुलर्स आते हैं, तो पहले हमारे एसी कोचेस में मैक्सिमम हम हेल्थ एंड हाइजीन पे फोकस करते थे. अभी उसको इतना सेंसिटिवली हैंडल किया जा रहा है कि नाउ वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग sleeper and general class people also having the experience of hand washes and sensitization of all our laboratory areas. तो जिस तरीके से हम सेंसिटिव इंडियंस हो रहे हैं उसी तरीके से रेलवे भी अपना रुख बदल रही है. और इसके साथ धीरे धीरे हम टेक्नोलॉजी के तौर पे, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि वंदे भारत आया हमारे पास, अभी हम वंदे स्लीपर्स लेके आ रहे हैं जो कि कंप्लीट एसी स्लीपर क्लास होगा, उसमें भी टेक्नोलॉजी है. फिर अमृत भारत जब आएगा, आ चुका है ऑलरेडी 3 और भी आएंगे. ये हमारे टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस हैं जो कि अभी रिसेंट में हुए हैं. इसके साथ हमारा एक और बहुत, आई गेस यहाँ पर मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पीपल उस चीज से कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे जब हमारे बचपन में लाइक 20 years बैक हम जब प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाते थे, देयर यूज्ड टू बी अ स्टिंक. उसको एक छोटे इनोवेशन से बायो टॉयलेट जो हमारा है उसको हमने लगाया और उसके बाद हमने उस एक ग्रोटेस्क स्टेशन से हमने उसको एक बहुत ही अपीलिंग एंड वंडरफुल स्टेशंस में क्रिएट किया है. और वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इस वजह से एक छोटा इनोवेशन है हमारे लिए, बट इट हैज चेंज द सोसाइटी एज अ होल, क्योंकि वो सबको अफेक्ट कर रहा है, द होल सोसाइटी दैट वी कैरी इन आवर ट्रेन्स. इसमें एक और चीज है कि जितने भी हमें हमारे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हैं एज अ पार्टनर, फॉर एग्जांपल डाइवर्सी भी बहुत हार्ड वर्क करता है फॉर रेनोवेशन एंड इनोवेशन. जैसे इनिशियली आपको क्लीनिंग एजेंट्स जो रिक्वायर्ड होते थे वो इतने सेंसिटिव नहीं होते थे कि आपको एक छोटे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म लेवल पे भी सोचना है. जैसे ही हमने बायो टॉयलेट को इंट्रोड्यूस किया है रेलवे में, उसके साथ साथ आई आई यू गाइज माइट बी नोइंग कि वो एरोबिक बायोडाइजेस्टर टैंक है जिसमें माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं. सो डाइवर्सी एंड ऑल अदर हाइजीन प्रोडक्ट जो प्रोवाइड करती है उन्हें इनोवेट करके वो उस माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को खत्म ना करे और उसकी लाइफ के साथ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट करे, उस चीज पे भी वो रेनोवेशन एंड इनोवेशन करते रहते हैं. और उनको अप्रूवल जो है वो रेलवे बोर्ड के लेवल से मिलता है. एंड थैंक्स टू डाइवर्सी दैट दे हैव डन इट एंड दे हैव रोल्ड इट वे बैक the products and we are using in Indian Railways. The third point are most renowned laundry. हमारी लॉन्ड्री में पहले बहुत वेस्ट होता था, केमिकल वेस्ट होता था, फिर पानी का हम बहुत अनसस्टेनेबल तरीके से हम उसको यूज करते थे. वहां पर भी काफी इम्प्रूवमेंट किया है. जैसे ऑटोमेटिक डोजर प्लांट्स हमने लगाए हैं और वाटर के सेंसर बेस्ड वाटर सिस्टम्स हैं हमारे, रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट्स हैं. इन सब चीजों को यूज करके हमने उसको बहुत ज्यादा रिड्यूस किया है. एंड आफ्टर ऑल दीज, considering all these things, we generate huge amount of effluent and sewage. उसको भी हैंडल करने के लिए जो केमिकल्स हम यूज कर रहे हैं, obviously in partner with all the firms, for example Diversey, which is creating a huge impact on our environment. और ये जो ट्रीटेड वाटर है वो इवेंचुअली हमारी सोसाइटी में ही वापस जा रहा है. तो उन सब चीजों को नजर में रखते हुए आई गेस वी हैव कम टू वेरी innovative and futuristic, touched a very innovative and futuristic milestone, but yet miles to go before we sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilesh. I think a big round of applause for Indian Railways and all brilliant minds like Nilesh. आज जब आप वंदे भारत में ट्रैवल करते हैं तो you really feel proud of being Indian. So thanks for making भारत बेहतर. Thank you. So I'll now move to Sujoy, if I can come to you now. This side, please. Yeah, maybe the dish cap. So Sujoy comes from SKFS, Sai Kripa Food Services, another very renowned name in the facility management space. He carries 20 plus years of experience, have seen multiple brands, hospitality, facility management. Sujoy, we're in pursuit of innovation, right? And how important it is for the innovation to impact all parts of the society, right? We talk about society, we talk about environment. How do you see these things coming together when you talk about innovation?
Thank you, Bharat, for this wonderful question. So innovation, particularly in society, which is really, really required, because if our innovation doesn't grow up and if we don't grow in a proper way with a hygienic way, if we could not make ourselves hygiene, if we could not make ourselves clean, then it is a very simple and common matter that if our hands are not cleanly washed, then the contamination goes to our entire body and we can go into that disease which is going to be kill ourselves. So innovation, particularly the socio and geography, both the way it is being contributed. So when we talk about innovative situations, like in terms of talking in our hospitality industry, we always take challenge that whatever the best part is to take the hygiene first, because the hygiene is one of the major parameters which keep ourselves and our guests and our users healthy. And if our users and guests are healthy, then we can grow as a organization and we can serve our nation also. Also simultaneously, like if we talk about economically, so if we grow in a small phase, our company grow, our organization grows, and simultaneously our economy also grow. So this is a cordial relationship. So this is what the relationship between economy and the social relationship will grow in a very well manner.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Sujoy. I'll now come to Tushnik. You right? Is it working? No. I'll help you with this one. So Tushnik comes from the organization called Office, AWFIS. It's a co-working space. Almost a 10-year-old company now.
Yes.
Yeah, 10-year-old company. Yeah, presence across more than 16 cities.
Correct. 17 to be precise.
17 to be precise. More than 150 centers.
204 to be precise.
And 30,000 seats. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I'm correct. So almost a 10-year-old organization, but immensely growing, taking center stage when you talk about co-working space, a listed organization. So I'm sure, Tushni, the life is equally complex when you talk about the East operations that you lead. So same question that I asked to Nilesh and Sujoy, if you can help me understand, how do you see the space of innovation in your area, where society, environment, everything comes together, and you play an important role and help your stakeholders, because being listed and now you're responsible and answerable to the public as well, right? How do you see this?
So I'll point a very simple aspect of this. So generally in offices, actually AWFIS, we rightly address it. So it is it is the largest co-working player in the market right now in India. And I would like to point a very simple thing. So generally, if you see any of the person who is actually handling the chemicals, or in the last user aspect, generally clients are always there, and they are very important to us. But if you see Bharat, in the last end is actually the person which Reena ma'am rightly point, is actually it's very difficult to get talent. So what exactly is the basic thing that we can do? we can give a very right environment to work with. And the innovation here plays a very, very important role. If you see, initially when usage of chemicals and all, it was started initially, it was only towards a goal to get rid of the bacteria. But right now it is completely changed and it is changing. So if you see, after COVID, things of using of more than, automatized, uh, you know, hand soap dispensers, taps. So this is where innovation comes into hand in hand. And diversity plays a very, very crucial role and in partnering with Office, because over a period of time, we have observed that yes, the last user, the one who is using the chemicals, who is handling the dilution part, who is putting or spraying that exact chemical on the on the surface itself. Let innovation play a very, very important role over here and make those chemicals very user friendly. That where it strikes a very unique bond. And this is the least I think what we can do, apart from giving an amazing environment to our team members, to the associates, because anyways we'll be always be very cordial and be providing a very amazing environment towards our clients, towards our guests. But for the internal guests, what about them? So this point is very crucial, and I think diversity plays a very, very important role. And I'm thankful that we've been able to state this into such a podium. Thank you, Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chakravarti. Any questions from the panel? I'm done with the list of questions that I had. Happy to take any questions that you have. You have a great mix of representation here from different sectors. They here, you can ask question now, or they'll be here with us for some more time. You can get in touch with them. But thanks to all of you for such a wonderful insights, thoughts. Uh, few things as a takeaway, right? What we have to keep in mind when we talk about inclusive innovation as a topic is people. Certainly, ma'am talked about, Tushni talked about that. We have to keep society in the mind. We have to keep technology in the mind, and finally, we have to keep India in the mind, right? Everything that we do, this inclusive innovation will make inclusive growth possible. So, thanks all of you for being a patient listener. Thank you to the wonderful panelists. Thank you.
And our esteemed panel members. So I would like to call upon Mr. Amresh Patel and Manu Chittar for the initiative. Amresh. Manu. Is Sumit there? Sumit? Yeah, Sumit. Please. much. Like to draw your attention for half a minute. We are celebrating 70 years for Dasky. So let's watch this video.
Start. For us, the journey of Tasky started in the year 1955. That's the first time when we came up with our first single disc machine. Since then, the time has evolved. Our machines have evolved. From single disc, we moved to dual speed machines. We moved to ride-ons, stand-ons. 2010 was the year when we came up with our first robotics. When the world was still wondering what to do, we were the first one to introduce robotics, which is now available in India as well. And now most of our machines have the intelligence, the one that you saw, the IoT related aspects, where you can track the performance, increase your efficiency, and be more profitable. So we're celebrating this journey of 70 years in India with all of us. So that was a teaser. The campaign gets launched on 16th of June, that is Monday. Watch the space. We'll be sharing more details on Monday on our social media posts. Participate if you have a machine which is there with you for years. Do share your testimony with us. Do share your details with us. And let's celebrate the journey of 70 years at Tasky. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharat. So we are already at the back end of our event. I would like to invite Mr. Gagan Sister for having the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Yeah, good. So, what a wonderful such a session we had, and from the core of our heart, on behalf of diversity, I would like to thank each one, all panel member, all guests, hotel staff, our event management company, everyone, to make this wonderful session. Um, we all discussed about inclusivity. We talked about impactful innovations. We talked about benefit of last mile, the people sitting at last mile, right? So I'm assuring you on behalf of diversity that we'll be holding your hands in every situation. We'll try to help you out in every scenario, right? We'll do our best to make our relationship more stronger. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please enjoy this evening.
Thank you, Gagan. So we are already at the end of our session. So the refreshment are served towards the back. We will please enjoy the rest of the day. And we will do the networking and we'll talk about in case you have any clarity or questions. Thank you very much.